Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Jocelyn Lovely Tarot. So good to see you guys here today. Today's reading is going to be for my Aquarius. If you guys resonate with the video, like, share, and subscribe. If you guys want personal readings or a free personal reading, hit me up at the same email that I give you right now. It's also in the area of the title, okay? I'm using the Black Moon Astrology Tarot deck with the Delusion Tarot, okay? Alright. This reading, some of y'all, I can feel the tension. I could feel some of you guys really feeling like pain. There's irritability, there's pain that needs to come up, and it's like really painful to deal with. So some of you guys are really struggling with letting those emotions come up. We're starting with Lady Justice today, Libra. But take a look at Justice. It's just sitting there. It's like waiting for you. It's all around though. The color, the lights, the exposure of it. It's like being exposed by light. And Justice, that's what Justice does. Justice doesn't always work in the way you expect it, right? So we have to be flexible. This level of Justice is more of a reminder, like there's so much healing that could take place right now. And whenever you're ready to allow yourself to heal in that level, you're going to completely change. The level to this game, you're going to go up a whole different level. You're going to grow. Like, I mean, this healing that's taking place right now will have a huge impact on you for the next 3 to 6 months. There's going to be a huge shift and change within you. You're not even going to recognize yourself. And that's the whole point of Justice. Sometimes we are Justice. We seek our own sense of justice by changing, growing, healing, letting go of things that no longer serve or fit in our daily routines or in our life, or just the way we view ourselves, right? Our belief systems. We have to constantly change that and update that. But we don't have to. It's almost as if you get a choice and you decide whether you want to stick where you're at and keep repeating the same thing over and just kind of being stuck where you're at, or you can learn and grow. Either way, Justice is here and it's shining a light on you. It's asking you if you're ready to step it up to that next level. You're ready, but it's asking you, seriously, like, are you ready? Do you want something different? Do you want to change your life significantly in the next 3 months? 3 to 6, right? You get the 9 of Swords next. Look at this sword. Gorgeous, long, beautiful sword. There's growth here. Tons of growth. And tons of experience you had to go through in order for you to sharpen this knife and have it as elegantly and eloquent as it has ever been. Right? But it's still the 9 of Swords. So some of you guys are really struggling with, you see the truth, right? The truth is the healing needs to take place. But it's almost as if you also have to respect yourself and in the progress that you're at, because some of you guys take the healing work too seriously, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that, but it gets to the point where like you guys can be a little too critical of yourselves because you're not doing it at a faster pace. Here you are with the 9 of Swords. Like, look at everything you've gained already. Look at everything you're at, where you're at already. Yes, it's still a 9 of Swords feeling, right? Restless, a lot of irritability, a lot of pain, right? But it's still like, look at everything you've gained. It's still a nice little view. It's still a lot of experience. It's still so much. And it's only going to add, right? You going through this healing is going to add more experience into your life. Yes, it's going to add more experience into your life, right? Personal experience, because you're going to change. And there's more that could be added to the sword, right? But right now, just take your time, take a deep breath, and bring all of this in. Think about how hard it was for you just to get to this. All of this knowledge, all of this growth, all of this just, not just growth, but like the person that you've become, right? Your personality. Take a look at all of that and bring that into awareness, into your mind. You need to. Because it's like you wanna achieve, you wanna win, you wanna change, but it's like you have to acknowledge everything you've gone through. And that should be enough. To show you that you are changing, you are growing, and you're doing it all the time. I just think you just need a reminder sometimes. The next card is the first house. It's in reverse. But again, there's illumination here. Illumination like there was with the Justice. Some of you guys, again, this has to do with personal growth. You guys are stuck right now. There's this like, I don't want to say ego. I'm kind of have to because you have Saturn in reverse too. In reverse, it just looks like someone's just, it's intolerable. It's unbearable. You guys are going through like unbearable feelings, emotions. Some of you guys are struggling with surrendering. Some of you guys are struggling with the way you appear and judging yourselves because you appear a certain way. But it's part of your character and you haven't accepted that. For some of you guys, it's staying stuck where you're at, right? When a Saturn age returns, Saturn, it talks about like seeing where, you know, you kind of haven't been improving, or looking at the areas that you want to improve and being grateful, accepting that this is still who you are and you're still, you know, learning and growing, but you can get out of that rut if you so choose to, right? But we're talking about ego today too, because you got first house, which is identity, growth, personality, the way you perceive yourself, right? Whether that's you taming the darkness or not, taming the light or not, the way you show yourself to others and the way they mirror back to you has everything to do with the first house. So when we talk about this, in close range with Saturn, it talks about just being accountable to where you're at, right? Being accountable is not being judgmental or critical because you didn't do it fast enough. No. And for some of you guys, you know, sometimes it feels like it's nothing but work. Remember, this is a journey. You will take your time doing this, and it helps when you're grateful for what you've already achieved. It helps when you're not trying to, you know, overwork yourself or overload yourself with information and constant wanting to change. It helps when you're just take your time. Take your time and set out some type of, you know, discipline, routine, structure that's going to help you slowly change, right? But again, Saturn return isn't always a bad thing. It's just a time for you to just be realistic with where you're at. And if there's some places where you're not happy, you can slowly change that, right? But it's not for you to be mean to yourself or critical or say, why can't I move fast enough? That's not the point of life. The point of life is to be just grateful for where you're at and be happy. The lessons are going to come. The taming you're going to do, you do it all the time. I mean, it just so happens that this next level of taming, this next level of healing, it's a bit harder. It's harder than usual, right? With every level, it's harder. It's harder to tame the ego. It's harder to tame the darkness. It's harder to accept self. And it's harder to, you know, transmute that energy. It's way harder because it's going into a deeper level of darkness that you haven't embarked in before. So with Saturn energy, it does feel constricted. It does feel irritable. It does feel terrible because you have to do this healing. And even the fact that you're even going in within and doing the healing says a lot about you. So just be as gentle and as kind as you can, right? Self-growth, you're getting there. It just feels, the reason they're in reverse is because you're feeling like you're not getting anywhere. You're feeling down on yourself. You're feeling pessimistic. You're feeling like, why is this so difficult? But sometimes it just is, right? When it's that difficult, it just means that the transformation is taking longer. The ego has a hold on you and it doesn't want to let it go. It doesn't want to let go. It's too afraid. So, and that's part of the journey. It always is. And if you're dealing with this every 3 to 6 months, that means you're doing a great job. That means you're changing constantly and consistently. So, if anything, take that with you. Take that information with you, that knowledge with you, and be proud of yourself because you made it here. You've made it this far and you still want to keep healing and growing. What does that say about you? Shh. You're a rock star. Alright guys, that's all I have for you. I love you. Bye.